Hola community, how are you? Welcome to the first ever live release of a Blender release. We're gonna push the button live in 5 minutes at 5 o'clock. Everything that we schedule will go live and you will be able to download Blender 2.91 for reals. To do this, this crazy, I don't know why we even think about doing this crazy stuff. I need help. So, all the way from the Blender Animation Studio, Blender Studio, is the live Felinto. How are ya?
Hey Pablo, hey everyone. Super good. Excited about being this historic event.
This historic event, like the releases are already quite stressful because everything has to be ready and the mirrors and stuff. But just to make it more stressful, yeah, let's do it live. Why not?
I'm updating some of the development page now.
Okay.
And it's already released.
I have the download page here updated and everything. Well, not updated. I have the buttons to be pressed. I think everything should be ready. How are ya? What is the most exciting feature? We're gonna see the page. We're gonna be following there's a video going to be published in this channel at 5 o'clock. There will be buttons pressed, and we're gonna be looking at the release logs page, which is, I heard, it is looking pretty amazing.
Looking pretty good. Even, I mean, there's some kind of a cycle and wave to have a release with a lot of new features.
Yeah.
It's expected for the following release to be more about stability, fixing the bugs that people reported and found.
Yeah.
Yet, I think I've seen a lot of really good things on the. Oh, I'm gonna see on the release page that's already in Blender. But
yeah. This release was supposed to be like small, and then suddenly, bam! There is like volume stuff, and then bam, and then yeah. So. Let's see, we have 3 minutes left. We have 3 minutes. Let's see how the downloads are doing. Things are going fine right now. There's like 5 people 200 people checking out. I have the page here available. Let's see, Blender.org. No, Blender.org is still fine. Is it loading? Is it gonna be slow? People, don't go to Blender.org yet, please. Actually, it's taking a while to load. Don't visit the website, please. We are gonna be pushing buttons and it has to stay alive. Okay, what do we see? So far we see the Blender conference. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. We have 2 minutes. How is everybody in the chat doing? There is 1,200 people watching this live stream.
And we're moving that.
240 people. People from Brazil, actually many people from Brazil.
Really?
And Argentina.
It's 1 o'clock there now.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. So we're gonna be Germany, India. The chat is going nuts. Let's show the chat. This is what is happening now. This is how we're trying to follow a conversation here. This 1 minute. In 1 minute, I'm gonna press the button. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this update button here, and things are gonna be updating. Actually, I have 2 buttons to press in 1 minute. So,
and I think all the development pages are updated already, from the dashboard to the.
I updated 1 button. So actually, if you go to the homepage, you will see 291. You should see. Yeah, no, not yet. It's here, but then if you go to the download page, not until I press this other button, which is here, and let's press it together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Update. Let's see how it breaks the website. Let's see, and if you just update right now, if you download, it's updating the page. Oh my god. Fingers crossed. Let's see how the analytics are doing. Page updated. Okay, refresh. Database connection error. Please don't break on me.
It was actually low to access Blender.org now.
Yeah, I think it was a terrible idea to do this. Let's see. If it shows Blender 291, we are fine. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's people trying to download. Yes, there is 229 people. downloading. I have a special counter here that should be 200. Wow. I think it crashed. I think wait, no, it's there. It's alive. Can I click? No, still says 290. Oh my god, let me... Oh no, the page is still updating. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Okay, we can see here that there's 265 people downloading.
I wonder if the page that I updated actually updated as well, like the dashboard.
Yeah, you think?
No,
no, it's still old. Yeah, the button is there, but it crashed.
Must we get the database connection error?
You get the database connection error? Yeah.
Panic while you're entertained about this.
That is crazy. But look, some people are managing to download because there's 300 downloads now.
Yeah, but you know, people know the secret links, the mirrors and everything.
No, because you need to go via Blender.org for this to update. It's amazing.
It's a matter of working. It's a matter of trying hard enough. Francesco just dropped by to say that it works intermittently. Yeah,
that's good because you know Dan traveled, the system administrator. He always says like, no, it's gonna be fine. We have a beefy setup, and yeah. Oh, updating failed. Actually, it told me that updating failed. It didn't update the download page.
Is to see the video together of the features.
Wanna watch the video together?
Yeah, while we wait for the website to stabilize.
If you go to Blender Foundation YouTube channel, you're gonna find a video that has been published right now. I'm gonna copy the link so we can all watch it in the chat, or you can watch it together. So let's watch it together.
From Southern Shoddy 3D here, and Blender's here to bring a little bit of positivity into our 2020 with the new 2.91 update, which means it's time for a feature video in less than 5 minutes. However, they were very gracious with this update, so it's almost 5 minutes. If you'd like a full list of all the bug fixes and all the features, check out the link in the description below. But for now, let's get started. One of the coolest new features is the improved Boolean system. It now has an exact solver which handles overlapping geometry better. This method is slower, so the old option is still available as a fast option. Thanks to this new system, some of the Sculpt tools such as trim will be used a lot in the upcoming video.
I'm really excited about the new Boolean system.
The new Booleans, it touches so many areas in Blender, from sculpting, from modeling, from the exact knife tool, for example, that also got improved. Pretty much anywhere that you do any mesh operations.
I really like the knife tool, just cutting through the surface, super nice.
Yes, what do we see here? Alembic data motion blur. Okay, the website is down for reals.
Well, we still have 5 minutes to worry about that.
We have 5 minutes, yeah, custom bevel normal. So feel free to I'm clicking around here.
This file, if you go to the Blender website moments back, you can download this mirror with the bevel.
If you go where? Oh, the demo files. Yeah, if you go to the demo files, it's probably broken as well. Let's see.
I don't get, people say they're downloading, but they're downloading 2.90.
Yes, yeah, because it's downloading, because okay, I can tell you a little secret that the version that you see on the website and the version that you download, the number that you see on the website and the download links, they're not built automatically. They used to, but not anymore, because sometimes they change, and I had to split it, so I have to update 2 numbers. And when the website, I first updated the version that you see, and then the links is when the website crashed, so exactly in the middle. So let's see if I can update this again. Now this seems to be working. I just need to rename every field and make it 291. So if you want to comment, what other files can we find?
Well, we can show the mirror was the last one. There's a new physics to demo the compound collision mesh.
Physics in? There's a section?
In physics, in section called physics.
Physics, oh, what is that?
So I love this section because there's always those fun sample files, and this one you have this, which was contributed by the developer that sent that patch.
Who was that developer?
David Vogel.
Ooh.
And we also have the one in modeling, which is the one we're seeing in the video, which is a mirror with the bevel that you can just quickly play on it. Super nice file.
Nice. Let me see if this works. Woof. Updating failed. Okay. No, this doesn't want me to update any page. Let's see how it's going. I will.
Oh, I finally got the web page.
What web page?
It shows 290. But the Blender.org is finally loading for me.
Yes. I updated I changed the number back to 290.1, and now I am updating the website, but it says update fail. And the thing is, it's very annoying to do this because every time I have to change all the values, and it just keeps crashing on me. So yes, you have to stay still for the download. People, if you have Steam or like Blender Steam should be available. It should be available already. There. Yes, nice action shot. Oh, the artwork is still not updated, and this is also not updated. Okay, we need to give a gentle nudge to our release department. The snap should be ready though. Blender Snapcraft.
I'm looking the update on the dashboard went fine.
I think so.
Fine.
Yes, Snap actually is already updated for people using Snap on Linux. It should be updated, and the Windows Store, I think that one takes longer to update. But I don't even know where you see the version already available. But that one should be updated automatically. Also, if you're using it from there, should be fine. It's just that the download page itself in Blender.org is not updating right now. Trying our best.
Are we aiming for new news on the Blender 2.91 as well? Because now we have the release of 2.90 on Blender.org and the beta of the 2.91.
The beta.
Yeah. But maybe we just need to rename the news. I don't know. Look at Blender.org, the main page. It's loading way easier now than before, so.
Yes, I think it's getting a bit better now. There is 400 here. They're here the download. Okay, I think it's letting me. Please don't, guys, people, don't visit the website.
Don't all press.
It's gonna be broken for a moment.
People pressing F5 at the same time, like people jumping on the bridge at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like walking on top of our plugs. Yeah. Okay. Seems to be.
Overall, people are commenting on the PC updates.
Isn't it amazing to see that we are not ready for this kind of stuff yet? Or is it? Yeah, Sorry?
I'm thinking what we could have done differently, because we could have faked it, but then what's the point?
I could have just updated the website 10 minutes before, or 5 minutes before doing the live stream and not pressing the button live, or just make a fake button and then blame it on mirrors are still, or CDN or whatever. Then that way I would have, because I'm trying to update the database while there is thousands of people in the trying to be. How many people are even on the website right now? It's probably way too many. It's 1,300 people live now, just trying to do stuff. Yeah, okay.
People recommending using torrents.
Using torrents. Yeah, it's not about the torrents though. It's about because for downloading you can still download. I could give you the link to a mirror, but then what's the fun in it? So okay, I seem to be getting some kind of response from the download page. That doesn't mean you guys can visit yet. I'm trying to update. Just give me a minute. Don't visit the website. Don't F5. Don't do anything. And then let me first try to do the basics.
Compare the PlayStation 5 shortage to the Blender 2.91 shortage.
You think?
Oh, one comment here.
Ah, somebody mentioned. Yeah. Yeah. It's you know what? I'm about to cheer, but no, I shouldn't cheer yet. I'm
here also holding, waiting.
You're waiting?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Do not visit, please. Yeah, exactly. Listen to Sar Oz and OZ, and then panic downloading Blender 2.91. People watching this live stream, they should have already been using the beta for a while and tested it and reporting bugs.
They're making cool art and sharing the art.
Yes, so exactly.
Why do you make it Blender?
Let's see if we can see what's coming. No, it's not. The updating. This is my life right now. Updating, and then nothing. Just looking at this to change. Okay.
Because I managed to just update the dashboard. So like.
Yeah, before the nightmare started. Also, this page is.
Was after.
After.
Was after. Yes.
Okay, yep. I think we might be. We have some kind of update going on. Let me preview. Guys, don't visit that. There's a Dub Rocco's Modern Life Cap. Yes, look. It's my childhood in a cap.
Then I don't know this cartoon though.
You never seen it? Oh, that's Cartoon Network. No, Nickelodeon, from the good old days of Nickelodeon.
Like do.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to say anything, but
because people, they can have the Blender, they could have downloaded it yesterday, but the release page they haven't seen it.
No, that's the exciting part. That's what I'm waiting for, actually.
So good.
Well, besides waiting for the website to update. So okay, I think we are kind of good to go. I will update this thing, and then I need to get the press release from Blender.org. Let's do it live here.
And I think you're right. My update on the dashboard was at 2 before 5.
At 2 before 5. Ah, yeah. When before the nightmare events, yeah, it started. So some pages seem to work, and I'm gonna be making here. This is loading so slow. Flash the cache. No, it's not the cache. This is just like, this is just there's no way to go around it. Let's okay, I'm gonna add this thing over here, and then wait for one moment more, and then I will. Okay, I click on update. Wish me luck. This update should be the one that rules them all.
And you people are asking about Steam. I don't know if their server can handle Blender.
Steam? No, probably not. Amazon? Maybe not. Google? Not sure. But the Blender server, yes, that one. Okay. This is wow, let's just watch it together. Here's the download, the update. Once this is updated, then we're gonna be happy as Larry.
Wow.
Do you know who made the art splash though?
Oh, we could see. We could go to.
Yes, Robin Tran. He, the creator of the artwork of the piece that is showing now on Blender 2.91, and for the first time since the beta. Did you notice any difference though from the beta?
You asking for me?
Yeah, like because this is the first time that we actually changed the splash screen on beta. Did you notice that more people were using it?
It's a tricky question because you don't really have the download numbers prior to this change, but definitely from the numbers we have, at least 50% of the download were people on the daily builds where people downloaded the beta. I don't know if people download both of them, and just because I don't know the hard Blender builds.
Both versions? Yeah, why not?
Definitely have at least 50-50, which is, and I can also say that probably is a little bit the stress of the release to know that this was finished and you didn't have to worry about the splash. And personally, I got to see the splash more times throughout the whole beta development.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, the developers usually, always be working on master, and then they get.
So you always get to see the same image, which is great though. Is by Gleb Alexandrov, but it's just not the same. So okay, I think.
I'm logging on my Steam account here.
Sorry.
I'm logging on my Steam account. Try to find the Blender page there.
Okay, I think I'm doing this update, and if this works, updating.
Library.
Is the Blender version. Bam. I think it's live. Let's go click, refresh this page, and isn't working. Oh, look at this sad tab.
You just ask everyone to update at the same time their page, Pablo. That's what you did.
Dude, we're grown-ups. We should just
load it here. I don't think it's live on the front page.
No?
Mm-mm.
What? Somebody said Maradona died. Holy shit.
Maradona?
Yeah. Fuck. Well, fuck. Sorry for the for the cursing. I just. Wow. Well, yeah. Anyway, continue, I guess.
For me too, I still haven't loaded the 2.91 from the front page at least.
Okay, the wiki still says is instead of was. You know, that's when things get real. When the Wikipedia says was for the person instead of is. Oh, was actually. Damn. What? Anyway, Blender 2.90 still says 910. That is
the release notes are already public.
The release notes are public. The button says 290, but the download says 291. So you guys, everybody, I think can download. Please let me go first into the release notes, and we're gonna see them together.
There has been critical error on your website.
What is the critical error?
There's no room for subtlety.
Alright. So we made it. We made it through. People watching the internet, let's try download Blender at the same time. We are gonna be going through what's new in Blender 2.91. So if you've been watching this video, now is when it actually starts, and now is when we can actually cheer. I'm gonna have to cheer. I've been working, but everybody's been working a lot on this, and we actually been Prost. Apple juice for the win.
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water.
All right. So now that we can actually start, applause. I was ready with music in the background with fireworks, but underwhelming much. Let's do it. Let's actually do some music. First and foremost, the fourth time is also a charm. Why? Because Blender 2.91 is the release number 4 of the year. Blender developers have been killing it. 4 releases during a pandemic. What the heck?
I'm trying to remember when we changed to partially release. But I have a feeling this is the first year we managed to do the whole. It has to be because last year was to.
No, last year wasn't. No, because this year was 282.
Yeah, because 2.80 was last year only.
Was July? Yeah, July last year.
5 years ago, yeah.
2.80.
So
2.8 is from last year. 2.8. And now
year we managed to have the from back to back.
Yes.
The 4 releases as planned.
As planned.
That was incredible.
So.
And test all that. So 4's a charm still.
4 time is a charm. 4 Blender releases. Okay. So if you taking me 1 hour to download. Oh no! Why is it taking so much to download? Where are you? Okay, I'm gonna give you or not, maybe not the mirror. The mirror should work actually from there, from the website. Let's see how is the counter doing here. There is 400. Well, actually I have another counter that was made by here by there. This counter, I don't know if you get to see it, was made by Francesco like a few minutes ago, and it shows the number of times, the actual number of times people actually click on the download button since now. Oh no, actually not the click on the download, when they go to the other page, to the thanks page. So with that, plus here we can see that Windows Installer is doing 360 downloads, Mac OS, Windows Portable, Linux, there's been 18 downloads, Windows downloads. There are dozens of us. That's amazing.
I want to write down the number of the dev fund just to see if it's more people download.
More people donate. Oh, that would be awesome. I added a message at the end. Let's go through the website. Okay, so here, 4 time is also a charm. Download Blender, watch the feature video by Southern Shotty. Super awesome video. We've seen it already. Okay, so the 4th major release in 2020 is here to further improve the user experience. Adding powerful new Booleans, vertical sculpting support. We're gonna see them, so need to scroll down. Look at this. This is amazing. This. Tell me, who made this?
Daniel Bystad. He's so.
Daniel.
It's the gift that kid gave me. He's so good. So he had this org as a personal project.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how he has time for it. And then you just ask him to try the new cloth brush, is the new collision features that works with the cloth brush. I say, yeah, of course. And then,
wow.
That looks so good.
It's just did it, share it. It's just awesome. Collisions, there, working live, real time. Introducing collision support for the Sculpt cloth brush and the filter also. It's also available as a filter. Then here, sculpt faster. Speed up your workflow with quick gestures. You can draw lines, and it can create masks. It can trim your mesh, and it can also create face sets. Isn't it?
Poor Suzanne. Poor Suzanne. I mean, you're chopping her. I think this works better for small geometry, simpler geometry.
Yeah.
I think that's when you want this kind of generic volume modeling in sculpting, because once you have the high poly geometry object, you're not just chopping your head off. Come on.
No. And also the this demo, it works better with the remeshing. This demo was made by Pablo. I just cropped the borders. I didn't, but it's sped up, but it's actually pretty fast. Then more than just a trim. This.
Remember when you got this sample file from Carton?
From Carton, yeah. During the
during Eevee birth 1 year long.
When Eevee was becoming to be.
Yeah, this was the file we used to demo cycles and cycles on the background with the overlay and selection on top of.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool to see the same sample file, and it's really nice. Really nice tool.
It really nice. Really works. Let's see more. Boundary brush. Pose cloth. These are two different settings. Actually, there's so much for the Sculpt workflow that I didn't manage to put them all in, like put pictures for everything. Otherwise, the page would have been even bigger or even heavier. So I'm showing the boundary brush, which one of the modes, but there's so many more modes, and the pose and boundary brushes here in action. So this is the boundary brush. I believe this is a scale. This is a boundary brush. And the this one is a pose brush. They are all having cloth simulation as you work on it. Super neat. The website crashed. Huh. Yeah, well, no wonders. More Sculpt goodness. This I just couldn't list all of the things. So everything here should be clickable. So you should be able to click on like sharpen mesh filter, and then that will take you to the actual commit by the developer itself, and you can see the different everything, all the settings, and you can do that with any of this. For example, face set stack operator. This is also another awesome feature that should have deserved its own section, but yeah, you can only add so many sections, right? So for example, this feature allows you to from a face set, you can extract and make a new mesh out of it, which is super handy.
And it's super nice also for people to see if they're curious about the development process a little bit. A bit of a mix of the patch. Some of the links I think are for patches, not even for the.
I purposely, actually, some of them are to commits. Like some of them, if it's just a regular, like this for example, this is just a link to the commit. But the other ones I link to the patch because sometimes the patch have videos, and it's mainly for the Pablo Navarro ones. Everything else linked to the commits, but because Pablo makes very nice videos of every feature he adds, I add them.
Oh, cool. Sorry for the interruption, but if you go to Blender.org, the big download button now says 2.91.
What?
And not the following page. No, all of them. I think it's all working now.
It's all working now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just need to update the homepage or not.
No.
Maybe I'm not gonna update the homepage. I'm leaving the Blender Conference 2020 header just for now until the end of the live stream. But as you can see, the download button already takes you there, and this should download Blender. Okay, this is still the old page. I'm not gonna change the graphics now. I'm gonna try and leave the website breathe for you guys to check. So people are actually downloading it, and I already downloaded it today, but how does it look? You already know. People know.
Shout out to Danny. Danny, the person responsible for the service, just said he managed to enable the W3 RTC something cache something. But great work, Danny.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for It's imagine having all this amount of people, but it's a great way to test the servers, to test what happens, to test what is going, what is slow. So this is Blender 2.91. As you open it here, great splash, maximum impact. The UI is pretty much the same. You're gonna find some stuff that we're gonna share now on the outliner. Tell me, what do you think? This is the first time that in the middle of the notes I add artwork by the same artist.
I forgot to tell you, but I love that.
Awesome, thank you.
I was checking the same level. Adds so much, and it's all from the same artist.
From the same artist as the creator of the splash screen. I wanted to try something new, and I think it works.
It's beautiful art as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's new. You can find everything on his ArtStation. He published this one lately, and actually I was like, oh, can we make this a splash? But it was published a few days later than we asked him for the other splash. So yeah, we can't just change splashes. Booleans. Wow. This is something I haven't seen. When I made the page, it had different artwork, and now we can see the exact mode on one side, which is perfect, and then the mess that is the old fast mode. Wow, this is amazing. It even glows. Wow, thank you. Who made this? Thank you, Francesco, for taking care of asking.
I guess
Simon.
I think Simon.
Yes.
I think it's the file I'm doing to test the EV CCG.
It's amazing.
It just confirmed across the room.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look. And you can even go from left to right. So when would you use fast?
Fast, whenever you don't really care about co-plan and whenever you have two planes in the same
co-planner. Co-planner, yeah, when they share the same plane, or when you don't care about precision, right?
That's a very quick mesh exploration and all that. But the reliable, although a bit slower, is the precise, which is a new default as well. So
yes, so if you notice this, we were probably gonna get complaints, like rightful complaints, about performance, because in the Manta Flow, when we switched to the new Manta Flow from the old system, also people were complaining that it was slower. But actually, it was, by default, it was very high resolution compared to the older one. So it's not that it was much slower or anything. It was just by default slower because it had the settings set to high resolution. This one, I can see already the report saying that it will be.
It's nice feedback on the chat saying that indeed, if you have a high poly object and want to. And you don't care about the whatever precision, it's probably going to deliberately use the other one. Or maybe if you have a procedural, I saw this in one of the videos of people testing geometry nodes. You're using a Boolean for a bridge and a river and whatnot. So if you can afford some extra geometry, you probably are quite safe going with the fast method. That's how they use it.
Yeah,
but it's nice that the one that's more reliable, it's there by default. People always run two cubes, window in the middle of the wall, and then you don't see, things are flickering. No more.
What is next? And more. There is a section and more on every pretty much area. For example, you can use collection as booleans now. Before it wasn't even possible. You can have a better intersect and intersect boolean, intersect knife and boolean, and that use this new exact method, so it's better, more precise. There are more options in the subdivisions modifier, so this is mainly for compatibility with other softwares. You can read more. You can click on it, and you're gonna read more. These are the three new options available. Well, actually more. There is option to smooth the entire boundary of the UV coordinates, to smooth only the boundary edges and keep the boundary corners sharp, for example, and a few more that should make it easy to work with other software. And then, bam, custom curve bevels.
I like it so much. And again, this is the file you can download on the...
It's available in the demo files. If you go to modeling here, go to modeling, and you're gonna find this demo file by Daniel Bicet on a feature coded by Hans Goody. So it's so cool to be able to name people that added these features. And who paid for it? The community. Nice.
Everyone.
So cool. Give credits. Volume mesh. Out of nowhere, Blender 2.8, this feature came out of nowhere. Blender 2.91 introduces the first modifiers for volume objects.
You remember the story of these modifiers, right?
Yes, you mentioned.
Waiting a little bit for Geometry Nodes project to start. So Jack Luke was trying to keep himself busy while waiting for the design to have the other side of the project to continue.
Yeah.
And then say, well, what can I help with? And then Brecht started implementing the volume objects in Blender and had these long to-do lists. And Jack just went there and did it. Just as we have to-do lists for the point cloud object and other objects. So anyone interested in helping, join the development effort.
Yes. Volume mesh. So you can convert a volume, like a fluid, a simulation, a smoke, into a mesh object that you can render like a mesh. So for stylus, it's super nice. And vice versa. You can go backwards and then do mesh volume into a mesh into a volume. So when would you use that? For example, in this demo by Andy, he took a few spheres and started sculpting something looking kind of a cloud, and then used a modifier called mesh to volume, where you can get your mesh and make it an actual see-through object that renders in Eevee and in cycles. Super nice, fluffy. You can also combine it with the volume displace modifier, which is it's like displace for meshes, but this is for volume, so it's in actual 3D depth. How would you call it? 4D.
Yeah, 4D. No.
Yeah, if you animate through time, then you have to get 4Ds. So good. All right. This is amazing. The fact that this works, and you can also, I mean, now he's changing modes from sculpting in solid mode, and then, but you could sculpt in Eevee view, so you could sculpt with this view, and yeah, and preview it in real time.
I would probably want to put them in different collections because they do share the same position in the viewport. But just put them in different collections.
Yeah, you need to hide.
It's not so hard. And then indeed.
Yes.
Great.
Looks super great. Okay, how many downloads? We have 2,659 so far. And at the moment, we have 400 people downloaded recently. On the website, there is about 1,200 people visiting the website, mainly people downloading Blender, and some 139 in here. And then in the last few days, we have 94,000, around 100,000 visits per day. Ha!
Wow.
That is insane. That is insane. Have you seen how many we have in the downloads this month? Let's see. This month in Blender was downloaded about the Windows installer alone 981,000 times, so almost 1 million times since October 26 to 24. So this is not counting the new Blender 2.91. So over 1 million Windows installers. Then the zip file was downloaded around 42,000 times, macOS 120,000 times. Yeah, Linux a whopping 22,000 times.
I'm curious about the map. If they do it proportionally to the area, how does that work?
Oops. This? Well, in the UK, in the United States, 600 sessions. This is visits though. And this is Mexico. Well, let's see the Netherlands. Nothing. 12. Netherlands 45,000. Wow. And Chrome. Oh, poor look at the poor Firefox. It's 300,000 against 2,150,000. Edge.
Oh,
people are using Edge. Sorry?
That's Firefox and Edge. That's a.
Oh wow, they are very close indeed. Yeah, and you know, Edge is now available for Linux too. Windows, Microsoft Edge is available on Linux. It's the year of Linux. All right, let's continue. Mesh volume. Mesh volume. What else? See all the volume changes. You can click again here and go to the volume changes and look at this amazing demo right here. From drawing to 3D, what does it mean? It means that you can drag and drop the Yo Frankie logo or any picture, PNG, whatever picture, JPEG, that is black and white preferably, and then convert it with one click into Grease Pencil. What can you do with this? It's a Grease Pencil object, so you can do pretty much anything. You can animate it, add effects, pattern to other objects. It's a geometry basically. You can convert it from Grease Pencil into a mesh or into a curve. So this will open a lot of workflows, really a lot of workflows, because it's it combines drawing, maybe storyboard making. This is just amazing.
A lot of people comment on the blast from the past for the Yo Frankie, but maybe some people don't even know what was the Yo Frankie project.
If you don't know what Yo Frankie is, you're missing out on the... So, you know Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? You know Mario 64? Just to call a few epic games. Well, Blender made Yo Frankie, which is, you know, GTA Grand Theft Auto 5? Well, but with Frank from Big Bug Bunny. So if you know Big Bug Bunny, yeah, of course you know Big Bug Bunny, but Big Bug Bunny has many characters, has the main bunny, but also has the squirrels. The middle one, the brown one here, is called Frank. In 2008, a team of people together in Amsterdam made the Yo Frankie open game, which you can, I don't know if you, yeah, you probably can download. I don't know if you can run it, but this was done using the Blender game engine.
On Windows, probably can run it. Windows are really good at that.
For running old stuff?
For running ancient software, yes.
That's amazing. I made this website, by the way, in 2008. This website has 12 years, and I made it. And I made the logo, and I made the little sheep that shows up here, and the pictures, and look, this is how it looked. So, you know PlayStation 5? Well.
Say no more.
Say no more.
I just cancel my PlayStation 5 pre-order.
Yeah, no, just you can give it back, return it, and get your money back. And this is Yo Frankie posing. This is Yo Frankie kicking. So the goal of the game was to throw sheep and treat animals badly, and pick up bone. No, it wasn't the goal of the game. The goal of the game was to get to the other side of the map. But unfortunately, the only ways this character had to interact with other animals in the NPCs was by violence. So it would kick the rats.
Cartoon violence, they call.
Open source violence, yes. It would kick. It would burn in lava, just because, you know. Then it would scream. It would, yeah. This is Blender game engine in 2008. This was before anything, before Eevee, of course. It would jump. It was a platformer. There were steam particles. They had a loop. You know how long it took to make a loop work, running and then sticking to the loop? This is Campbell that pulled it off. Then yeah, there was a Ram called Ramiro. I designed this character as well and made it back in the days. Yeah, it could pick up sheep, throw them, hang on cliffs, glide, jump, double jump and glide. And everything is available. Of course, this is an open game. This is the only open game ever made in Blender by Blender. And
where is Momo? Where is Momo?
Momo should appear somewhere here. I didn't take the screenshots, but could throw away the sheep. And yeah, Momo. I can't find Momo, but I can find some very young Blender team people here. Look, Don Rosendale, Pablo Vazquez. How long has it been?
Pablo.
This was...
I aged well, my friend.
Cheers. I aged well. Thank you. Hey. I was... How old? This is... How many? 12 years ago? Yes.
12 years ago.
I was 21. This is Brecht van Lommel, also 12 years younger. And Campbell Barton, also 12 years younger. Isn't this great? Look at how badass.
And this Campbell that shows his family on the video for the Blender conference this year.
Yeah, for the first time ever.
Gonna change.
That's amazing. Wow, young artists having fun making games. All right, let's move on. For after this interruption, let's switch into the topic once again, because there is 1,500 people. I don't get that. Why there are so many people when we're showing something we've been showing for months, but we do it every week, showing actually new things. And anyway,
I'm just thinking, because we have like 2,600 downloads and we have 1,400 people watching.
No, wait. I need to. Okay, 3,400.
Okay.
This doesn't update automatically. I have to nudge it just to be nice with the server. Right now we have 300 people downloaded in the last few seconds. This is live. We have a total number here, and we are. I'm gonna update just in case. Wow, this is Google. This should update automatically, but it should say more or less, yeah, 9,000. Maybe I can include today as a limit. Oops. No, I don't know if this is gonna work, but in the meantime, let's continue. Oh yeah, actually it is 18,000 today. From I don't know when it's taking that values from, but let's see. Fire in the hole. Alarm! Alarm! Copy that. The new holdout option in materials allows you to paint holes in strokes and filled areas. One big feature that was missing, people were asking on Grease Pencil, was to remove parts of the filled areas more easily. But because a filled area in Grease Pencil is basically geometry, so you need edges. So if you remove that, you have to either make an actual Boolean, which is low, or this awesome trick that the Grease Pencil team pulled off, which is the masking option. So you basically paint on a mask and have a hole.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I was wondering if the tracer is also using these, because there's also a lot of empty space, but maybe not. It just trace elsewhere. Ah,
maybe, yeah. Well, right now it's used for like deleting parts or masking out parts, so it's super neat. And of course it's animated, so yeah, holdout. It's called holdout because the same option is available on Cycles as holdout and on Eevee via the holdout shader. Yeah. Even more Grease Pencil, new cleanups frames operator. You can convert mesh to strokes and bake the mesh animation. That was already possible. Now there are improvements over there. Step parameter for interpolate sequence. This should also have had a demo, because when you have a keyframe, one keyframe here and the other one here, when you interpolate the sequence, you will make one per frame. Now you can choose a step to show how many steps you want. Layer modes on fill brush. Actually, this one has a video on the Blender Developers YouTube channel that you can check out. Allows you to use the fill brush to like the bucket to paint, but limit it to the active layer, for example, or other layers. And much more changes. You can check here, see all the Grease Pencil changes. And here, just to remind you a bit of your homeland, and that summer is getting in your homeland, and it's probably looking like this.
Oh man. Especially the lockdown, I guess the beaches are empty. I don't know.
Oh, even better, yeah.
No, they're not. There's no lockdown. The beaches there. But
Ella is from Brazil, by the way, if you didn't know. So this looks very close.
Sorry, I love that. Again, the artwork in the middle of the release, great work. Pablo, and great work, of course.
Yeah, Robin, he made it, but yeah. Let's see. Find anything. What does it mean? It means that you no longer have to remember exactly where a property was. So if you're looking for like particle settings, which are a bit of a cluster of settings everywhere, or soft body physics in general have too many settings, which it's understandable, you know, it's physics. So you can now search, you can type and find any of these features in not only in the current tab, but it will also highlight the other tabs that are available, that where it's gonna find this option. And to my surprise, it also works on add-ons, so you can search for stuff in add-ons. Did you know that it worked on add-ons? Have you tried it?
Yes, it works in every single thing.
Yeah. No, I was surprised.
I barely have add-ons on my.
I have my own add-on, Amaranth, so that's why I found out. I was like typing light, and I found the light stuff that I made there. So press Ctrl F. It even has a shortcut. So while you are here with the mouse over the properties editor, Ctrl F, type, enter or escape to cancel, and it will remember the position of all the panels that it had open. So big cheers again to Hans Goody for making this amazing feature. Jacques-Luc, Jack Luca? Look.
I think Jack Luca. He corrected me today once again.
Jack Luca. Everything nodes, animation nodes, now volume object stuff. But also he made this great addition earlier this year for fuzzy search. What does it mean, fuzzy search? It's
lazy search. It's when you type it, when you have it. Does it fix typos or just first letters for the words?
No, I mean, you can type, here I put some examples. You can type GBR if you don't remember how RGB is written, and it's gonna find RGB. You can type text, TXT for texture. You can misspell stuff.
Yeah, which is... I love that. I'm totally spoiled nowadays by that on Google or other modern searching engines.
It types it for you.
Type whatever, and then it's corrected already before you even press enter.
Yeah.
Now that also makes you... And so, I think it probably works for translation as well. And I think it... Yeah.
Ah, well, let's find out, right? So let's I'm gonna make my Blender into Espanol, of course. Espanol. So I am in Espanol, and I want to know the something that looks trayectoria here. Let's see. Wow, it works in Spanish. Nice.
And if you search the English word, probably find it as well. I'd expect.
What is trayectoria de movimiento? It's path. Path? Oh yeah, it actually, yeah, motion path. It found it. Motion. Yeah, look.
If you're looking for a tutorial, a documentation that's in English, but your interface is in a different language, all the same, no problem.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's super nice. I didn't know. Great addition. I should add it here. That also works in other languages. Super nice. Thank you, Hans, again. And the typos also, not typos, but sloppy typing. But you can also type SSS for surface scattering, or the first letter of each word. For example, if you want the shader to RGB node, you can type STR, and it will just bring it, make it show up.
And that also for the search bar, right? That's pretty cool. It reminds me of some. I mean, the first software I started using was AutoCAD, the basic one.
Yeah.
Autodesk. And then it's like Rhino. You do a command at one letter and press enter, and then you're into the command, one letter, and it's quite fast pipeline. So we did kind of get something similar, right? On the search bar.
Wow. Let's see. Complex. Well, actually, there's a whole lot of things. There is add support for Kelvin, Celsius, and Fahrenheit. Freedom units on Blender. Where are we even using this?
The temperature grid, I think, for volumes.
Ah, yes.
Shader.
Yep. Open recent files now show the path and the size of the object. So when you open recent, you're gonna see the everything from the search, also with the size and when it was modified. So super handy. Reset to default value. This is also huge. It's when you press backspace, for example, when you want to. You can clear the search, by the way, by by pressing Alt F, and will clear. So if I'm gonna remove and disable the Spanish one because I'm not a big fan. There.
That's all too fast.
Huh?
That's all too fast on the redo.
No, I can't find anything. That's a problem.
Today I was using the reset on the after your Frankie video. On the redo panel, you can do the reset the default value even there.
Oh, really?
And I think there's one of the most useful places because the setting you use is saved, right?
Yeah.
If you read on the operator, so I can reset it.
That's super handy. Everything pretty much everything now should be working and should have a reset value. For example, well, this is a very silly example, but the render settings by default is 64. If you want to remember which one was the default, just backspace or right click and reset to default value. Super handy. Then invert filter in the dope sheet, timeline and graph editor. There are also aesthetic improvements to the dialogues, to the close dialogues, consistent max menu, and dedicated auto keyframing panel, which if you do animation, you're gonna find out while here in the timeline. What is next? Rigid bodies. Rigid bodies. Chains.
The sample file we have, well, a little altered.
In the demo files, yes. Physics.
No.
Chains, compound, collision. This one.
Yes. So people can see it's organized. There's different collections. There's something almost technical because more like performance benefit that people can gain from using this intricate setup. But it looks pretty cool. And it's always fun. I think those physics demos and features are indeed like little fun tools to play with, and people do nice work as well. So.
Yeah, and again, if you for example, if you have one of these files that you think they demo a feature properly or like in a fun way, like these ones by Sugamasta or this one by Andy, please get in touch, share them. We're gonna put them on Blender.org, give you credit of course, but the more the better. Next feature in the line, rigid bodies. The faster rigid bodies for compound shapes, complex shapes. Then website. Here, sorry,
website's super fast now.
Yes, thank you, Dan.
I think you're only missing the 2.91 release, and on the release notes page, you cannot click on the 2.91. We don't have a flash. Maybe we have to do that manually, right? I can do it.
No, wait. Where is it? Release notes?
You don't have a card for the 2.9.
This? Yeah, I need to add it manually. Yeah, I didn't. I can add it now. Well, people can click here, and then when I finish the live stream, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But
we'll do it now.
All right, cool. Thank you. This page takes a lot of time to load, by the way, because it contains to load to save, not to load to save, because it contains all the splash screens since the beginning of time.
5th of November.
Yes. All right, let's continue. The outliner. Stay organized. The outliner got some extra love in 2.91. Really, for reals. Because she comes in colors everywhere. Tag your collections with colors. Did somebody get the reference to the song, the Rolling Stone? Pick your favorite colors in the preferences. You can pick up to 8 so far. Colorized icons will also show in the menu. So when you link, when you move to another collection, when you link to another collection, you will also see those colors in the menus, which is super handy. Color hierarchy helps you keep track of the levels. So you're gonna find, when you expand these collections with a color, you're gonna find a line with the color of that collection. So if you have indented collections with other collections inside and different colors, you can see which one you are in. Super nice.
The release page updated, Pablo.
The release
website is so sane again now.
You did it.
I did, just did it. Super quick.
And bam! Wow! Thank you very much. Release today. Awesome. All right, let's continue, because the outliner loves modifiers.
Yes, you can now drag and drop and change modifiers in the outliner.
I think this is the first time that I use an emoji on Blender.org. I hope I didn't break anything. I hope it looks fine on everybody's computer. I think the Windows one has an outline, a black outline. A Mac, I don't know, but I hope it's okay. All right.
And this was part of the Google Summer of Code.
Summer of Code. It was my Nathan Craddock. Nathan is now working for Blender. Am I right?
He's since the Google Summer of Code, he's contributing to the project, but he still has its own job so far.
Ah, okay. Well, I hope he quits and joins Blender. Because it's really amazing to have him with the track record of all the things he's done so far. Would be awesome. You can.
Facebook codes were successful.
Yeah.
They're both from Blender, so super cool. And he's already doing interested in helping polishing the tools.
Tool system.
Yeah, the modeling tools you have. So I think it's someone that leads either way is nice to have him in the community involved.
Always, yeah. Outliner loves modifiers. You can drag and drop the modifiers inside of itself to reorder. You can drag it to another object to copy, or a bone as well, or you can drag the whole modifiers list and it's gonna link them. It's gonna copy all of them basically to that other object. Super neat. Also works the same for constraints and grease pencil effects. You can quickly switch the modes. You can walk on left and right with the keyboard. You can go up and down. That was already possible, but left and right is new. Context aware right clicks mouse buttons. It's easier to show than to explain it. When you have a modifier and say you want to remove this modifier, you can right click and delete the modifier from the outliner. You can toggle the viewport use. You can do pretty much anything that you can do here, but in the outliner modifier operation. We should also add the other options, right? Like the update, no, like the apply and the duplicate.
Probably we also need to make the toggle viewport use uppercase.
Oops, yes.
And probably the delete modifier, we might wanna, I was talking to Sergey today, any destructive operation should have a pop-up, I think. Or put it
yes, unless you use...
if you delete the object in the viewport,
yeah,
you get a pop-up, but if you delete it in the outliner, you don't get it. That's a bit inconsistent.
Yeah, that needs to be worked on. What happened if I do new collection here? Yeah, I made it in the first level. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, we need to actually do some tweaks here in the UI. Next, animation. So this is developer art. Snap your F curves.
I know you're known for updating the release page afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, please. Blender 2.90 and 2.91. There is a big difference in how curves are treated. Basically, in 2.90, the previous release, having these kind of curves would have no effect. Basically, they would do nothing. Now they do. Now in 2.91, you can get a snappier effect without having to add so many keyframes. For having this kind of animation more snappy, you would have to have more keyframes in 290. Not anymore. Super nice.
I like how you get to see, of course, the curve, but what matters, which is the result.
Which is the result. So thank you, Sivran, for making it. Then, stay in shape. Do you like my copy? Stay in shape. So stay in shape means that once you add a keyframe on the curves, it won't change the shape of it. 2.90 would make it flat, won't make the handles always flat, which you'll have to fix it by hand every time. This will save minutes of your life that you can spend
for a few handle types, right? Was missing for some of them.
Yeah, now all of them have it. Yes.
Beautiful.
Without changing the F curve type. This is great. Animation 2020. Anyone? Some more. Better snap tools in the graph editor. You can now snap to the cursor or to the 2D cursor. Now you can actually use a 2D cursor for stuff. Sync the length improvements in the NLA, active keyframe in F curves. Now you can copy to selected. Actually, if we go to the see all animation and rigging changes, we're gonna take us to the wiki where we can see more info, such as the snap menu, the keyframes that now you can copy to selected, so you don't have to do the same. If you change one thing, you don't have to go and change it on the curves manually. Now allows you to have the right click option, copy to selected, or hold the Alt key, Alt key, and then have it there.
That's pretty cool effect.
Yeah, super nice. Override all.
I guess first, this is an asset from Sprite Fright, I believe. And this is the first open movie from here, from the Blender Studio, that's using overrides instead of proxies. right?
Like, no, yeah. I think Spring probably still use the old system or a hybrid.
And that's really when every little bug's being ironed out and reported and polished. So
yes, Sprite Fright is the 13th open movie project inspired in the 80s horror comedy set in Britain. It's yeah, you should check it out if you haven't already. The guys have been sharing a lot of stuff, a lot of art, and more is coming hopefully this week or next week. Also, a small shout out to the developers of the Blender Cloud that added the production logs to older projects. So Spring, I think Spring has it, or no, I know that Caminandes has it. Has a production log year ago. Here you can actually see even for older projects, you can see the progress for every week. So in January 2016 we made a video where we talked about the project, and then Andy uploaded this, for example. These are old uploads, so in the new projects, in the newer, such as Sprite Fright, you're gonna have a better overview of what each one of the artists at the studio are uploading, how often, with explanations, with pictures, with videos, everything. Super nice. All right.
Where you get the progress. I miss the weeklies when you get to see everyone here in the studio, their weekly progress.
Yeah, that was it used to be Fridays. Are we gonna have one on this Friday?
Paul wanted, right, to
have at least
people back into the office.
Would be nice. I wouldn't mind going. Just for that, keeping distance, a mask.
As you did for the Blender 2020 Blender conference.
Yeah,
video.
That was fun, and we're still alive.
Together apart.
Transform overrides. In this demo that we see here, this demo was contributed by the Mater. Thank you, the Mater. The example here, for example, shows this on the left is the original file, while on the right is the library where you link the objects. Here you can see how after making an override and transforming the little knobs over here, you're gonna see that the location, because he moved the knobs, now they are cyan-ish, bluish. That means that they have an override. That means that the original position of these knobs changed from the original file. So everything is linked, but the position is overridden. Here, now we see them changing the actual geometry. So this is not the position, this is actual going inside and changing. You can modify it completely, then reload, and as you can see, everything, like the shape of the knobs changed, because it changed it here from making it thin to making it bigger, and then it removed something and then scaled them, just to show you how it can be done. Then you reload the file or resync. Now there is an option to resync, and everything, the position is still overridden. However, the mesh, the formations coming from the original file.
Okay, this is such a long time coming. This is so good.
That is amazing. This is essential for any kind of production work. So he was here. He was reloading the whole file, but you can also just resync the libraries by themselves. You can just right click, and in this demo it's a bit long, but you can see the actual workflow. So
I think resync is also for collections, because if the collection elements changed, then you need to do, it'd be destructive just to do this automatically.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, the main case for the resync as well.
Absolutely. 5,300 times I've been downloaded Blender, and here in the analytics we can see that yes, in the last few moments 281 Windows installers. We haven't seen a twist on Blender on Linux yet. Still 7 downloads strong. Nah, people on Linux usually they compile their own Blender or they get it from the repositories from their official.
Snapcraft also super good. Snapcraft also is a very popular.
Or
platform.
Flatpak. The Flatpak guys are also very active. The last feature that has a video, it's the proxy by proxies. Because now proxy objects, the old kind of library system that Blender had for many years, for over a decade, can now be converted into the new system. So with one click, you can just click on a proxy object and just go into the menu and convert proxy to override. That will make it into the new system where you can apply overrides. For example, here, I don't know if you get to see, but one modifier is linked, so it's grayed out, and the other one is new. So you can add a modifier to a proxy object, which is no longer proxy, is now override. So this wasn't possible before. You couldn't, you couldn't touch proxy objects before.
And it is really, this is the picture is very fitting. This is the nail in the coffin for
proxy. Yeah, there is really no more reason, right, to use proxy anymore.
We're still gonna keep it for the next release as well.
Until Blender 3.
The whole 2.0 series. So I think only in Blender 3.0, then we get rid of it once and for all.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Somebody's asking there, why? What is a proxy object? Proxy object is an object that you link but want to change some things. In the past, for making the animated films or pretty much anything, for example, you are making a shot and you a film and you bring a character. You don't bring the whole character locally, like you don't append the object, you usually link it. So when you want to, if you have done it 10 times and you suddenly want to change the hat in your character, you don't have to do it to all the files. You want to have it linked. The old system would allow you to make a proxy of the armature so you can animate, and that's how we've been making films for all this time, but it was very limited. For anything else that was an armature and actions, it was very limited. Not anymore. Now you can pretty much override anything. Modifiers, materials, camera data.
Not everything yet, but
pretty much.
I even think materials, I don't know if you're fully supported. But the first goal it is to replace the existing proxy, so everything it could do before, and then some, and then with time by transporting more things. I think NLA is already supported on 2.92 for the animation, and I forgot what's the next thing. But NLA he did that this week, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, at some point everything was gonna use this new system, and we can say goodbye for reals in Blender 3, which is soon, in less than a year, Blender 3. Shall we do it live? Imagine if 291 broke the system. Imagine Blender 3. Ha! Ooh la la. Alright, what is next? Nothing. There is a list of so many other features that I couldn't fit in the whole page, that I made a link where you can go here and go to wiki.blender.org to learn more, to get all the details that have changed. Oh, you already changed the wiki to be was released.
Yeah, it's in the past.
Yeah.
And if you go to the upper page, so if you click on the release notes link.
The what?
On the wiki page, on the the reference and the release notes.
Yes. It's linked.
So the up. I'm looking at the YouTube, so it's a bit of very confusing to give any instructions.
Yeah, release notes. Yeah, and then what? It takes you to the notes.
No, but if you go to see every other release note we had in the wiki.
Yeah, you also updated that this is the latest ever release, and then alpha.
What's alpha? What's them?
Okay, so Blender 292, yeah, it's already there, but spoiler alert, come on. This today is all about 291. And then I added the list of developers that contributed. This is updated to 2.91.
Just found a typo there, sorry. We said 2.92 was until November 25th in Beacon 1.
Yes.
True.
So
the show. We're doing live.
In the list, you can see that there is emission strength in the principal BSDF. There is better alpha blending in the image editor. Override. You can override the cycles compute device from the command line. This is very important for, anything. For example, on a farm or locally, or implemented brown coloring distortion model. Good for compositing, for VFX. Faster video encoding and decoding. FFmpeg now is multi-threaded when doing video encoding, decoding, so good for the sequencer. Support pure emissive colors in the image editor. This means that the alpha, better blends, but also emissive colors are going to be shown properly in linear space in the image editor. You can delete and relink overrides. There is Python API improvements and changes. If you make add-ons, you should check here the other changes in the Blender 2.81 Python API. Always keep an eye on that. Then there is improved performance in the UV image editor. Now you can have tiled 16K images buttery smooth. I made a video about it, and it's also shown in the video by Southern Shorty. Motion blur rendering for alembic files in cycles. There's also a big one, super big one. If you're doing if you're importing objects from Alembic and they have velocity data, motion blur is gonna show up in cycles. And a bit more. Right, okay, check the full list on wiki.blender.org, and there is a credits list. I added the list of developers. This has been updated so we can see, okay, Dalai, how have you been doing for this release? Let's see, Dalai Felento, 34 commits, not bad.
But I think you can find yourself as well.
Yes, that's why I did it. So I checked, so I got introduce myself. 6 commits, not too shabby. Oh, 6 commits.
I don't remember doing 34 releases, but it's 3 months, right? I don't know if it's counting.
Yes, it's been 3 months. I don't know. I don't think it counts merge. But we can see Hans with almost 200, Hermano, the Snap stuff, 55. Brecht 65 commits. I mean it's Brecht. And then Campbell 366. Yeah, you can see everybody here contributing to Blender. Sivren 133 commits. Sergey 40.
And this list is cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah.
I had to unify some of the names because of
some names are probably repeated. Yeah, Pablo Navarro 124, and this is the list that always. This is from forever.
291 is I clean up, but the forever one is a mess. One day someone with that. Super cool though. The ever is from the very first open source commit. Yeah,
actually, let's see Tom Rosen now. 4,811 commits from 2003 to 2018 was the last commit he made 2 years ago. Not bad. How many do you do since whatever?
I can tell him I did 11 years anniversary of my commit rights.
11 years anniversary. So okay, Dalai Felinto, 2,143, not bad. From 2009, wow. And while we're at it, I've done nothing. So where is it? Pablo.
Sorry.
273 commits since 2012. Ha! I have 200 commits. So a part of Blender is mine. And yours.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yes. And
I forgot to see how many names we have this time.
Forever.
Even for this release, I think usually it's like from 50, anywhere from 50 to 100 per release. That includes patches.
Includes patches.
So if you patch and apply it, it will show up there as well.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
I added credits also to additional help, thanks to Francesco, to you, to Christian, to all the Blender Studio team, the video features, and thanks to everyone involved. And then I made this message very big because we have to make it clear as every time there is a new sponsor or any big news, Blender hits the news, and then we have to remind people that Blender is and will always remain free and open source forever. So I make the message here so it sticks in your head. Please look at the amount of people that are involved in this project. It's just amazing, and it's gonna keep growing because this is the 4th release this year. There is already a new release planned for next year for February 292 February. And we mentioned at the beginning of the show that this was just a small release compared to what's coming.
And next one's gonna be crazy. Even if it goes bad, it's gonna be crazy already. I think if you get geometry nodes in, it's part of the asset browser, what else people even need, right?
Asset browser? No, well, there are many things that we need.
And more improvements on the override. We're gonna have finally Metaflow being used in production by the studio. So probably gonna have like more like fixes and features people are expecting. The video sequence editor is getting a lot of attention by Ricardo and Sergey. Every single part of Blender, I think it's gonna be really cool. So I'm really looking forward because I just said this was more a stabilizing release. So get another one with some big features. So 2.93 is another LTS. So also gonna be more focused on stabilizing things. And then
Blender 3. So imagine next release we're gonna have the basics of an asset browser and everything nodes. So geometry nodes. And then 293, more node stuff, more polishing on the asset browser, I hope. And Blender 3, I think Blender 3 will finally be what Blender 3 should be. I hope we can squeeze in more projects in. I want to see more improvements. If
Blender 3 is finally going to be what the Blender 3 should be.
Yes. Yeah, because when 2.8 came out, people were saying, no, this should be Blender 3, not Blender 3 2.8. And I made a video saying, no, this is why Blender 2.8 should be 2.8 and not 3.0. And it's true. Blender 2.80, even though it was a big step, it was great. It was amazing. But Eevee, it was the first release of Eevee, for example, so it didn't work in all the hardware that works now, or as well, at least. No asset browser, no everything nodes, no nothing nodes, pretty much. No volume object, no point cloud objects, the hair system, the particle system, the...
So your point is not that we're going to have new fantastic features from 2.93 to 3.0, because 23 months.
No, 3.0 is not going to have a longer development period. It's going to have 3 months, just like the rest of Blender. But it's the progress from 2.8 to Blender 3 that will make Blender 3 Blender 3. You know what I mean?
No, I do. And then we get all the features we're talking about. We're trying to see people using it. Way more stable, way more mature. With whatever else we can. I mean, it's also a chance to break compatibility to some long-standing features.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned. So you can, if you want to change the Blender file format, that's when you get to have it.
Wow. Change the Blender file format.
Yeah, so always like maybe if you want to have Blender more like USD and can do on 3.0, we see you're gonna have a more USD is gonna be a part of Blender by then, hopefully. So
like for reals.
So Blender 3.0 is gonna be what the Blender 3.0 was supposed to be.
Was supposed to be. Wow.
Like,
downloads keep coming. I think everybody got Blender 2.91 so far. Test it, please. If you have any issues, if you find any issues, please go and report them. Hopefully everything is ironed out and we are not going to need a 2.91.1 soon. Hopefully not. Otherwise,
we might, but we will learn to make peace with this.
With what?
Because there's always things being tested and reported in the very last minute.
Yeah.
It's something that's beyond our control. Because the difference between the downloads we have in the beta and downloads we have once Blender is out is like that beast was like way too big.
Yeah.
So it's easier to make sure we have a clear procedure to release properly. People can be relaxed, not overstressed. And if it comes to that, we do, let's say in a week or 2 or 3, a corrective release. And keep doing until we have the next Blender, which then is going to be, and then I think it's a way to make sure people always have the new features with some kind of stability until we reach an LTS. And if you really, really depend on it for a project, then you just stick to the LTS.
All right, it's been a pleasure to share this journey with you. It's 291. All right, it's over. Done. Release. Now you can go get a haircut, shave, sleep, and then focus. Go back to focus on the geometry nodes project, which is going amazing. On Monday, we are going to have, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet, but we might have a visitor on Blender.Today that we have seen his artwork on the release logs. Just there. I leave it as a...
I don't even know who it is. I'm thinking, who could it be? I'm trying to think, who could it be?
Who could it be? There are not too many artists featured there, so you're gonna see. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Gracias, obrigado, Lalai. It's been a pleasure. Again, I will leave. Should I cut the part at the beginning where we can't, even get the website to load? Maybe.
I don't know how it works in the stream. You have to decide it now.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're gonna hear the epicness of Street Fighter Guile theme. All right. Thank you. Gracias. Obrigado. Don't cut it. People say don't cut it. Okay, I could just not cut it. Okay. Cool. See you next week. Same place. Same time as always. Not at this release. 5 p.m. European time. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye.